Morgan here. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about how to make a minimalist bug out bag. Now, today is actually my inventorying day where I inventory my bug out bag. There's not a lot that I have to do, really just a couple things. I wanted to put a couple extra little food items in here, and I wanted to air out my tarp that I have in here. So we're gonna talk about some of that stuff here in just a second, but otherwise my bug out bag is pretty good. I inventory my bug out bag every 3 months, but it's usually about every 6 months that I'll change out the water and I'll really like update a whole bunch of stuff. But so like 3 months ago, I did a lot more than I'm gonna do right now, but it never hurts to just kind of go through it and see, you know what, do I really need this? You really gotta ask yourself, do I need this? Okay, do I want this? What is this for? What, how is this going to help me along in my bug out journey? How long is this stuff gonna last me? Now, I've done an actual bug out excursion with me, my daughter, and my dogs with this same setup, very little changes, and I actually used almost everything in the bag so that I know that I wasn't missing anything and I was actually using the things that I was packing. So that's good. Now, this bag may look big and it may look like it has a lot of stuff, but I'm perfectly capable of not only carrying it, but also knowing that everything has a purpose. So, you know, in any situation, I'm able to use these things in here. I'm not overpacking, I'm not underpacking. And I also have to consider the fact that I have a family. So, you know, I have a tent instead of just a tarp. You know, like I have a sleep system for me and my daughter, you know. And then my husband also carries his own stuff as well. So that does take some stuff off. Plus my daughter is growing, and as she grows her bug out bag, we'll be able to carry more stuff as well. But I'm still carrying a lot of stuff for her. And with a new baby on the way, I'm going to be carrying a little baby bug out bag with this. I'll talk more about that later. So I'm not going to go into detail about this bag, but I did want to talk about creating a minimalist bug out bag to get you through a 72-hour period. Now, I am of the belief that a bug out bag should get you through a longer period than 72 hours. That's why I call mine a bunch, a bug out never coming home. It's a mix between a bug out bag and an inch bag, where an inch bag is an I'm never coming home bag, you know, something that's going to get you longer, you know, take you longer through 72 hours. So like I have a little hunting kit in here, a little fishing kit. You know, I have a little things in here that can get me through a longer period of time. You know, I have a little more robust purification systems, things like that. So what goes into your bug out bag is going to be dependent on you, where you are going, how long you're going to have to actually rely on this bag. Have you done any tests with this bag? Can it get you through? I've actually created a very minimalist bug out bag for one person. And I did a minimalist overnighter a long time ago. And it was just with some ready to eat foods. It was with just some water, some paracord, just very basic stuff. So I'm actually going to show you a few ideas that I have here of the very basic necessities that I think every bug out bag should have. Every bug out bag is personal. Every bug out bag is going to be different, every single one of them. And it depends on your personal needs, family, everything. Okay, let's do this. All right, so keep in mind, we want to cover a few items when we are thinking about creating a bug out bag. We want to cover food, water, shelter, you know, light sources. You know, you want to cover some very basic needs before you go into wants, okay? So, food, you know, really lightweight stuff like Mountain House is good. Ready to eat foods, if you want, are really good as well. You don't have to have something that you have to cook. There are lots of great ready to eat foods that you can either make or you can buy, like ration bars, things like that. Any type of water system as well as a water purification system. If you want just like a water bottle like this with a water purification system in it, that's cool. If you want a bladder, that's fine. But I always suggest, some sort of water carrying device plus a water purification system. So you can have it kind of all in one in here if it's just you, okay? And then some sort of cooking outlet. This is actually not the solo stove, it's the bare bowl with a little propane in it. Some sort of flashlight. I will also suggest some extra batteries with this flashlight. Just a good old lighter, okay, with any type of fire starter. You don't need to get fancy, okay? Just a lighter with a little bit of fire starter. Some paracord that would go with your sleep system. This is actually a tarp. Now, this is another thing that I'm doing today. I actually took the tarp out to let it air out a little bit. So I have this tarp, and then I actually have a second tarp as well. It's a smaller blue tarp that would make like a bottom. And then a lightweight sleeping bag, and then a sleeping pad. So like your sleeping shelter system, whatever that happens to be. Also, some sort of battery charging pack for your phone, or if you have rechargeable batteries. And also, I would suggest some sort of solar panel. I think that solar panels are really useful, especially for bug out purposes, but again, it's totally up to you. And then a first aid kit. I think a first aid kit is absolutely necessary. So, we've covered our basic needs here. Food, obviously you're not going to be carrying just one Mountain House, okay? If you are going to be doing 72 hours worth, it's got to be 72 hours worth of food, okay? Water and some sort of water purification and water carrying system, and then some sort of shelter and sleep system. And even outside of that, like, the solar panel is kind of a want, I guess, and this may be a want to some people, but a flashlight, you want to see fire good. And then a first aid, I think, is absolutely necessary with any medications and anything like that. And then some sort of cook pot, especially important if you want to boil water for sanitization. And of course, paracord, because it's always useful. I might also suggest some Gorilla Tape. When I did my excursion, my bug out mock excursion with my daughter and dogs, I had to use the Gorilla Tape. So you're going to live and learn. So I would suggest, if you're wanting to create a minimalist bag, to create the basic necessities that you're going to need for your bag, okay? The very, very basics, your basic needs. Think about those basic needs of your, you need to eat, you need water, and some sort of sleep system. And outside of that, for that one, let's say you're just doing this for one person, okay? Outside of that, you'll consider whatever wants or needs that you want, and you'll put it all in a bag and walk around with it, train with it. Even if you are going to throw the bag in a vehicle, you never know if you're going to have to actually carry this bag for any long periods of time. Even if it's just a mile or something, you do want to make sure that you can carry it, without dying. There's so much that can be put into a bug out bag, okay? You're going to see videos upon videos saying, look at all this, stuff that you can put in a bug out bag. But if you just want the very basics, then just put the very basics, okay? Creating a minimalist bug out bag is doable for one person especially. But if you do have more than one person relying on you, such as small children, babies, dogs that can't carry their own stuff, okay, or any other household member that can't carry their own stuff, this is very important to consider, that things that you may need to carry their stuff. And a minimalist bug out bag could actually turn into, a little bit more. But a minimalist bug out bag is going to be dependent on every single person. What do you consider minimalist? And what I consider minimalist could be totally different, okay? What you can carry and what I can carry could be totally different. We could be the same height, weight, whatever, and it could just be totally different. I can carry this bag because I train with it, because I am, physically fit, because I can, okay? Somebody else may not be able to. My husband may not be able to, you know? He has his own. Anyway, there's a lot that's dependent on creating a minimalist bug out bag, but I hope that these ideas have been helpful and not too rambly. It's absolutely possible to make a minimalist bug out bag. We just have to think about our needs first and then our wants. Thank you all so much for watching. Conquer tomorrow by preparing today. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.